Today we are looking at the Class 68 diesel electric locomotive from Dapol. Here is the end of the box shot. It says 00 gauge Class 68 Vigilant, number 68018 DRS, compass. Now for the unboxing. Inside we have the Rails of Sheffield complimentary card. They want your second-hand stuff in exchange. How about that? And there is Rails of Sheffield receipt. It's of no interest. There is the DCC 21 pin fitting guide. There we are. It tells you the functions that this can be provided if you fit a DCC decoder. Here is the owner's guide. It tells you how to get the body off, which is held in place by 4 clips. On the other side it will show you there are switches inside which you can alter if you wish to make the locomotive display its lights in a different way. I would like to point out that you do not need to alter these switches. If you fit a DCC decoder, the DCC decoder overrides the switches, so if you're going to fit a DCC decoder you do not need to bother to change the positions of those switches. Right. And here is the Dapol, what's it say? No cribble guarantee. Well, Dapol no cribble guarantee. Right. Let's now remove the foam. And inside we see the locomotive in all its glory. Let's get it out. And we see it's been very carefully packaged with polystyrene at the top and polystyrene at the bottom to protect it. So this just slides out as usual. And there we have it. It's quite weighty, so we're now going to have a closer look at it on the turntable. To the moment of truth, folks. Will she run? Yes, no problems. The model has lighting which shows white when the model is set to go forward, and it displays red when it is to go in reverse. Lighting can be turned on and off when the train is not moving. This loco has done the disappearing hook trick that Sam Trains alluded to. The hook was there when I undid the box, but it's gone. Let's see if we can remove this. No, we can't. However, I do happen to have a spare hook, so I shall fit that. I've now refitted a new hook to it, which I'm bound to say is rather a fiddly job. As you can see, there's quite a lot of detail on this locomotive. It has many features, but you'll note that these handrails are plastic and not metal. But it's all done to a very high standard. I don't think there's much to grumble about. It's quite a good loco to get if you wish to depict the modern era. These are the locos that are currently running on the network. This cover can be removed to reveal the switches inside if you wish to change the operation of the lights. You can see here the red lights are illuminated because it's going away from the camera, but if you want to be strictly prototypical, when the train is attached to a trailer, then those lights will be turned off normally. Yes, it does have the problem that Sam's trains alluded to. So what is going on? It's difficult to see, but the hook has jammed against the rail there, preventing it going any further. If we look here, we see that the coupling is not attached to the bogie, so when this turns, then that does not turn, so it's projecting out and coming to contact with the track. The only solution I could think of is to snip off this piece off the bottom of the hook, so that the hook does not come into contact with the track. This loco does have the design flaws that Sam's train says it has. The sandpipes that come into contact with the detail there, so when that goes around a curve, that's making a noise. But this one seems not to be affected, only this one. This vent is removable. I can manage to move it with one hand. And inside are the switches that you can change the operation of the lights. So you don't need to take the cover off of it to do that. Let's see if we can snip that bit off, shall we? Yeah, snipped off. Haha. The end of the bogie is catching on this detail, so I think the only thing to do is to push it out of the way. Get a screwdriver and push it out of the way. I shan't bother to try to do this on camera, it's too difficult. With this piece of paper put behind you can see this piece of detail sticking in the way of the bogie. I think perhaps the easiest thing to do is to snip it off. Let's do that. There we are, we snipped off a very small piece of the detail, in about a millimetre. With the detail removed, the problem of the bogie catching up on the detail is gone. When you handle this locomotive, be careful to pick it up by the middle, not put your finger here or thumb here, because you can bend these etchings inwards. We've got another problem. The detail comes into contact with the point motor, which is annoying. You'll note there's not a problem when the point motor is on a piece of straight track. Yeah. It's developed a strange clicking noise when operated in reverse. Yeah. So, if you're contemplating buying this loco, I would recommend you don't buy it if you have a train set layout with second radius curves with points like this, because it won't go round them. This is the only point motor I've actually got on a second radius curve. I don't know how to solve it, maybe move it to the other side. I've now moved the point motor out of the way. Seems to do quite well on the Sam's train's slow speed test. This is the slowest speed possible. You can see we'll go very slowly with no difficulty. Well, what can we say about this loco? And the first thing is it's a very accurate model and a very convincing representation of a Class 68 loco, but it has a number of foibles. One of these foibles is the hook, which catches up, so you've got to get a pair of clippers and clip off the bottom of the hook so that it doesn't foul the track. Another thing is there are bits of detail that stop the bogies from rotating. Also, these vents are very fragile. If you pick the loco up like that, you could very easily bend them. So I wouldn't recommend buying this for a young person. But I mean, apart from that, well, what's there to complain about? Thanks for watching.